we just poured the milk into this one.
Yeah.
And then can we remember our song? We're about to do a prediction here. So let's do this. The scientific method is question, hypothesis, materials, procedure, results, conclusion. Let's do it one more time. The scientific method is question, hypothesis, materials, procedure, results, conclusion. So in this one is milk.
Yeah.
And then Luna is going to pour into this one. It's actually water with just a teaspoon of milk. And then Luna is going to pour
100.
into this one.
I need to go down.
Yeah, can you do that?
300 milliliters.
That one's going to have
Whoa.
3 tablespoons of salt. And the reason we're doing the scientific method is because we're going to make a prediction, a hypothesis here, which we're talking about density now, okay? Thank you, Luna. So we're going to try to figure out, even though they look very similar, these 2 cups, maybe you can't see very well. Good job. Okay, can you see them on there? Yeah. There we go. Now, they're both white, right? What is your prediction about which one might be less dense? More dense.
This one's
I
more
think
dense.
this-
Why? Why do you think that's more dense?
Actually, no, maybe the milk because there's a lot of fat in the milk.
Well, Quinn, why do you think that one's more dense?
But it has a lot of more salt.
Okay. Can I turn this while it's going or no?
No, I don't.
Okay. It has more salt, he thinks. This one's more dense. So his hypothesis is that this is more dense. What do you think, JC?
I think maybe the milk because the milk has lots of fat in it.
And what do you think, Luna? Which one's more dense?
That one will dense, so the milk can go in there, and
Oh, the milk one.
that milk one doesn't match to that one, and then the other one matches, and then the other one matches too.
Oh, right. Now, if this one is more dense, then will the egg float or sink?
Float.
It will float. If this one is more dense, will the egg float or sink?
Float.
Well,
Sink.
It'll sink if it's more dense.
not dense. You're right. Sorry, you're right. If it's the one that's dense, the egg should float, right?
Yeah.
And the one that is not dense,
It should sink.
yes, because then the egg will be denser.
Yeah.
With all the molecules tightly packed together. So let's take a look. First, we put it into the milk cup.
Oh no!
And what is this called? Do you remember last week we talked about this?
Volume.
Yeah.
No, it's called
Displacement.
displacement, where the fluid
I can
went
see
up
it. Came up.
because we put something else in there.
So,
Where is it? I
It's
think
on the
it's
bottom.
all the way at the
Yeah.
bottom.
We didn't
So the
see
egg is more dense than
the
the water and
and
milk.
the milk.
Yeah, it has a teeny bit of milk. Now, let's see what happens here. Can they see this?
What?
Let's see.
I can see
I don't
it.
think it's at the bottom. No, it is at the bottom.
Oh, it's hard to see, isn't it?
Easier to see.
Oh, no!
I think
Why?
something is wrong.
Let's take it out because that wasn't supposed to happen.
Maybe the egg just
Let's
boiled.
put a little... No, it's probably because
Mom, that's a lot of salt.
our water and salt. So, because it was at the bottom, it means that the way that it is now is still... The egg is still more dense than the salty water.
Yes, so
But let's mix this all in. Mix.
I don't know. I kind of was wanting
I
it to
would
not
mix
work
it.
because I
You
wanted to
can mix
win.
it gently.
But I don't know. I guess it didn't win for both of them. Oh, Luna, you got.
It's all right.
Double
Just
mix
take
it.
this out. Mix.
So we did it all the way to the 100.
We do
on
like
this
300
little thing.
milliliters for
Right,
each
yeah.
cup.
I think we did 200.
Yeah,
Almost at the
200
top.
milliliters for each cup.
But
Okay, ready
2
to try
eggs,
again?
Bunch of salt and a little bit of milk.
Oh, it worked! Look!
See, it worked.
Look at that!
it's right.
Is it floating?
Yes.
So why is it floating?
Because
Because it's more
more
salt.
dense.
And yeah, more
The
dense.
salt
More
makes
salt.
it more dense.
The salt in the water makes the water more dense than the egg. In this one, the egg, where she can't even see because I'm not even pointing on it.
A cut.
Can she see? This one, the egg is more dense than the milky water, and this one, the water is more dense than the egg.
Because
It has extra salt in it. And isn't that funny how I just took a little bit of extra to put it over the edge?
it's a bit extra.
So, density means the amount of molecules tightly packed together. And Luna says this is very boring.
You can hear the yawn.
So, who was right?
Me.
His prediction was correct. Quinn's prediction that this one with salty water was more dense was correct.
You know what happens is I say the simpler one and it usually doesn't work out. So I was like, it must be the harder one this time.
Yeah.
It's not the harder one. It's
You
the
know what
simpler
it
one.
kind
This
of
is
looks
backwards.
like? It kind of looks like half of a
It looks like what?
like half of a neck. Like you cut up the top.
Yeah, you're right. Isn't that cool? I love it. Bye.